extinct echinoderm classes, which were not mentioned in the video by Gil Norris. These are generally found in the Cambrian and the Ordovician periods, when life tends to be in somewhat of an experimental stage. One of these is that you see right here, which are called paracrinoids. Paracrinoids kind of look like morel mushrooms, and the plates are quite different from those of crinoids. They have no tegumen, and they have a number of other anatomical features which are very distinctive from those of crinoids. Another group that you see here are the eocrinoids. They're found strictly in the Cambrian, and eocrinoids used to be considered to be primitive crinoids, but they have been separated from the crinoids into their own distinct extinct class, which is called the eocrinoids. These are very nice eocrinoids that are found in the house range of Utah. Eocrinoids from the middle Cambrian of Utah. They come from Anemone Canyon north of the Salt Lake City area. Eocrinoids are pretty well restricted to the middle and lower Cambrian. These are cystoids. Cystoids are a particularly attractive group of echinoderms, which at one time were a paleontological catch-all. If it didn't fit into the echinoids or the crinoids or the starfish or other living echinoderm classes, then it was put into the extinct cystoids. And the cystoids were sorted out about 15 years ago by a number of workers into a number of extinct phyla. And this is a cystoid called Pleurocystides, which is a particularly attractive cystoid that's one of the more common ones that you do see. It's generally found in Ordovician strata. Here's another cystoid that's found in the Silurian of Indiana, and a number of these have been distributed around through maps and through Expo. It's called Holocystides. It's a rather nice Silurian cystoid. Here's another cystoid. It's looks like an inflated balloon, and it's particularly frequent in the Ordovician, particularly the Ordovician of Virginia. It's called Echinospheroites. From the cystoids were separated about 20 years ago the paracrinoids, the stylophorans, the homostelians, the Adriel blastoids, and a number of what are now considered extinct echinoderm classes. Here's another extinct echinoderm class called the stylophorans. These were originally included in with the broad group of the cystoids, and stylophorans are considered by some as perhaps not even being echinoderms. They have a lot in common with some of the very, very earliest vertebrates, the group of vertebrates called the bony armor fishes, or the echinoderms. And some consider these to be a group of organisms intermediate between vertebrates and echinoderms. There's always been a link and a similarity in some structures between echinoderms and vertebrates anyway. Stylophorans are by some considered to be an extinct phylum called the Calcicordata that is intermediate between the echinoderms and the vertebrates. Here's another extinct echinoderm class called the Adrioasteroids. Adrioasteroids are kind of coin-like echinoderms that were bottom dwellers. They were generally benthonic forms that often would attach themselves to brachiopods or to hard grounds on shallow seas in the early Paleozoic. Adrioasteroids are known throughout the whole Paleozoic, going extinct at the end of the Permian period, in the end of the Paleozoic.